Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So we're up and running. Well, there is the steely focus of the man many would readily vote as the world's greatest. It was January 2018 that Virgil van Dijk first wore the famous red shirt. So I wonder, Jim, does he still rank as number one?
I would say so, Peter. In fact, the title-winning season of 2024-2025 was statistically one of his better seasons, having been one of the club's most consistent performers. Only missed one league game. This at a time when you think age and injuries are going to start slowing him down.
And that consistency is, amongst many other things, what makes him the man he is.
Oh, shooting chance!
It's an inviting-looking ball, that. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Neymar. Now it's Puskas. Mohamed Salah will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real...
And there's the shot! Robertson. And it's Neymar. It's Perez. Rijkaard. Played out to the left flank. That's a good run down the left. And that's aimed into the middle. Indonesia with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. He's going for goal! Rising over the bar.
A message to the wise, it's probably better to try and get him behind that defence than try that over and over.
Rijkaard. So we're still where we started right now. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Lahm gets into a good position. Good challenge, excellent challenge. Cruyff is onto this. Rijkaard is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers.
Indonesia really do like to play the long ball.
And how does that work for them?
Well, you don't want the ball just coming back at you, Peter. You need somebody in there who'll make it stick.
Perez. And it's Albert Ferrer. Mohamed Salah. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Rijkaard. Very nearly half an hour gone here. Mohamed Salah out towards the flank. Mohamed Salah receives it in a good position here. And it's Rijkaard. Batistuta. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Rijkaard. And here's Mohamed Salah. Applies the finish! Mo Salah! Sensational! About as smooth as it gets. Beautiful, just beautiful. The joy of the moment.
That is simply tremendous. I mean, how easy would it have been to get across it or overhit it? Perfection.
You felt it was coming. 1-0.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now. OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Turan. That's going wide left. He's picked his way through. Has crossed into the middle. Chiellini deals with that comfortably. That's destined for the flank. Perez. And here's Batistuta. Mohamed Salah. Vinicius Junior is someone with real dynamite in his boots. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick.
Yeah, they look as if they're intent, Peter, on stopping him outside the laws of the game, so the referee is going to have to be very alert here.
Roberto Carlos. And it's Davids. Rijkaard, who does have an assist to his name.
Vinicius Junior!
And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And this could be the final action of the first half. And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. And that brings the first half to a close. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Indonesia unable to get back onto level terms before half-time. They trail 1-0.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. So let's get the ball rolling.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want...
And Cruyff! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Indonesia can breathe again, just.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Stood up well to him there. And he's forced to go back. Alarm. And it's Rijkaard. Davids. It's Vinicius Junior. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Down by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here.
Look, they're prepared to be quite physical to contain any danger that might come their way.
Robertson with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. Mohamed Salah is the type of player who always likes having a bit of space in front of him. Van Dijk. And he goes cross-field. Roberto Carlos. Foot in. 60 minutes played. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
We've not seen much from this team as a whole, Peter. OK, that's largely due to the way their opponents have approached it, but they can up their game considerably, and I mean considerably.
Substitution for Indonesia. Number 3.
So time for change.
Robertson.
And this one has been on the cards
Number
for a little
14,
while.
Neymar. Number 6. Albert Ferrer. Coming on the field.
Now it's Vinicius
Number
Junior.
11,
He's got away.
McTominay.
Vinicius
Number 10,
Junior going
Messi.
face to face with his great
Number
rival.
26, Belletti.
And he's being shifted off it. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Vinicius Junior will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Oh, that's ambitious. Now, who's going to be first to this? Oh, he's been caught on it here. In towards the back stick. He's on it, can he get away?
Vinicius Junior!
And how good was that? Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy. A 2-goal lead and they're firmly in control. Gorgeous, just gorgeous.
That was magnificent. The way he caught it so perfectly, I think he's even managed to surprise himself, Peter.
Indonesia are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
And it's McTominay. McTominay running with the ball. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
Now it's Batistuta.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
And here's Batistuta.
Messi, and Messi! And no, he couldn't find the finish.
And how decisive might that prove, Peter? It really would have put the wind in their sails if there were just one down, as opposed to two.
Salah. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, that's delightful. He's having a hit! And it's hit the woodwork and out!
Indonesia really have been second best here, second to every ball, and they can't have any complaints about where they are now. The good thing is they haven't given up, but it's not looking favourable.
Just 5 minutes left. Now it's Puskas. That's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And here's Vinicius Junior. That's good play. Roberto Carlos. Played in by... Impressive jump. Just cruising. They are cruising. And with that, it is pretty much a done deal. A lovely header, but really it was all about the delivery.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball, made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Indonesia find a position of real strength now. Lacking in accuracy.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
And the number on the board is 3. Puskas. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
No way through there. Thuram looking to provide the solidity his team so need. Davids. And this is Mohamed Salah. And that's that. Indonesia cannot spin this any other way. They came up against opponents who were thrilling at times. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So we're very much on the way now. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Peter, it would have to be the highly rated Dean Howson. The perfect blend of total football and tiki-taka. I like the front-footed approach he takes to defending. He's very effective, pushing people back by almost joining in central midfield himself. And, you know, he has a real air of authority.
Ah, he's given it away! Look at the space here. Can he finish? Thuram. That's good pressing, squeezing the play.
Zanetti.
And it's Chiellini.
Rijkaard.
Thuram. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
DiMarco.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Griezmann unable to make it happen for all his good intentions.
Rijkaard.
Hakimi. Indonesia are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. Howson cuts it out. Griezmann. Oh, the ball's gone astray. Griezmann was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Paz conjures time and space where few can. Hoisted upfield by the keeper. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Chiellini. Now it's Griezmann. Griezmann going face-to-face with his great rival. And here's Messi. Griezmann. And that's been intercepted. Bernardo Silva. And it's Messi. Oh, that is a... He's having a pop! And that caused a fair bit of alarm.
A good disguise on that, though. I don't think many people would have expected him to absolutely clatter it the way he did.
Hakimi. Now Howson.
Rijkaard.
Threads one in. That is a great pick out. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Shevchenko. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
McTominay. Passing is crisp and sharp. Batistuta! Just a tiny bit high.
Oh, did the keeper have that covered? I'm not sure he did. I think I need a replay on that one.
Rafinha running with the ball. Knocks it into space. And that's gone behind for a goal kick.
Rijkaard.
Is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Well, a goal here just before half-time could mean a great deal. Now it's Messi. Plays a sharp little ball here. Hakimi. Bernardo Silva. Hakimi. And he cuts out the supply. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Ah, he made it look a bit predictable.
Bernardo Silva. Not much subtlety about that challenge. Now it's Batistuta. He won't be happy with that one. Paz. Bernardo Silva. And it's half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, I have to say, I think it's a good performance, but it's clear that they need a little more energy and more precision up top. They proved they can create chances. Now they need to start putting them away. That's the next step.
So it's simmered along nicely for 45 minutes, but still no goals. It is 0-0 at half-time. And so the action is resumed.
Indonesia are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Stood up well to him there. And here's Batistuta. The ball is loose and the chase is on. And Batistuta! And that was probably asking just too much.
He did very well trying to adjust himself, but not the expected outcome.
Rijkaard.
And it's Bernardo Silva. And it's Rijkaard. DiMarco.
Rijkaard.
Messi producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness.
Might want to be careful there.
That's a foul, no two ways about it. And he's going to have his name taken. Players have gathered round and they are clearly concerned. Well, it is plumb centre, but it is a fair way out on the very cusp of credible shooting range. Could be danger here. That's tidy. Griezmann will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Ah, such a clever touch. It is a corner.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Decent chance! It's in! An opportunist strike, but he'll take it. He will own it.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
You felt it was coming. 1-0.
Well, it's great commitment on show here. They'll be hoping now that they can stay focused and disciplined enough to hold on to this.
Neymar. And that's another good win of the ball. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. So no flag here. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Now it's Messi. Rijkaard wins the duel this time. And it's Messi. Kamu are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape. Certainly when defend...
Oh, shooting chance! And a neat finish. They're level in a trice.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce, and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
Griezmann! He's got a goal! And they're back in front! And he stuck it away as if laser-guided.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Indonesia have their lead. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it. Como really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. Paz played out to the left flank. Oh, that's neat. Chance, surely! And a truly agonising miss.
Well, it's certainly encouraging, Peter. At least they're going about things the right way after falling behind.
And it's Neymar. And he's had it nicked away. Harrison kept his eye on it, and he's there. Well, that looks a decent ball. And this is Batistuta. Real chance! Well taken goal. And this is getting better and better. And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
And his manager couldn't look happier. That's the kind of interplay they've been working on in training, and it came off beautifully.
So is that the decisive goal? Not much in the way of time remaining.
Well, I think if they're going to have any hope from here, they'll need to see their more experienced lads.
He's having a shot! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Rijkaard.
And Paz. Now it's Neymar. Looking for options for movement. Oh, that's fabulous. And the shot! Same again, same outcome.
Como really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
Confirmation that there will be 4 minutes stoppage time. Batistuta.
Right card.
And that's that. And so they have the outcome they desire. A dose of reality and quality, absolute togetherness, and the job is done. Griezmann taking in the accolades, having been... The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest.
Indonesia against Japan.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So off we go then. So Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running at you at full speed. He gets into his stride so quickly and seems to just glide across the turf. But when the goal's in front of him, he's also got that cool head that's required to pick a spot and finish everything off.
Hard to disagree with that. It is the sort of situation he thrives in. And he shoots! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Messi has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Zanetti.
Pepe. Japan have got it back and they'll have another go.
Right card.
Pepe calmly anticipates. And the pass is intercepted.
Right card.
So Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here. Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Now that's well seen too. McTominay, very much a man of this moment. No change to the score, 0-0 it remains. Chiellini. And it's Rijkaard. McTominay. Ball played for Rijkaard. Chiellini. Now Hausen. Thuram. And it's Thuram to Chiellini. McTominay. Defending here is really tight. McTominay really struggling to influence the game. Batistuta! Pullet is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Platini is offering some sort of an apology there.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
And it's Zanetti. Always onto this. And this is Pullet. McTominay. Now it's Griezmann. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Mateus. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Tries a shot!
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Oh, superb reflexes from the keeper. Missed by a fraction.
Zanetti.
Chiellini. Opts for safety. Now Hausen. Albert Ferrer. McTominay. So still we are where we began. It's 0-0. And it's Chiellini.
And Zanetti.
Chiellini. Played over towards the opposite flank. It's Albert Ferrer. And it's Messi. And this is Batistuta. And Messi! Oh, denied brilliantly.
Messi actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Zanetti. Rijkaard.
Messi. And this is Griezmann. And he cuts out the supply. It's run loose here. And they're quick to get it back. Pepe.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Xavi Alonso. And here's Pullet. McTominay. Cants. And the referee has signalled for half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. How would you review the first half?
I have to say, I think it's a good performance, but it's clear that they need a little more energy and more precision up top. They proved they can create chances, now they need to start putting them away. That's the next step.
So it's simmered along nicely for 45 minutes, but still no goals. It is 0-0 at half-time. Back underway then.
Indonesia are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Now it's Messi. And it's Messi. Platini concedes a free kick for that. Well, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. Good strike, quite an alarm.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Mbappe can clear it away. McTominay. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him. Batistuta really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
And here's Hullet. Oh, this is a great position. Indonesia needed that. They really needed it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
That's a cute ball. Oh, nicely intercepted.
Zanetti. Batistuta.
Currently being consciously targeted.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Griezmann! Griezmann! Becoming a modern great! About as smooth as it gets!
Substitution in progress.
Japan choosing to make the first change. So a double change here, and both changes are offensive.
Yeah, and it looks like quite a shake-up to the front line. Interesting, we'll see how it develops.
So the first goal of the game.
Look, you can't deny that it's a blow, but this game is far from unsalvageable.
Well read, nice interception. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, I'm inclined to feel that if I was in that dugout, I'd want the players to...
Shot a goal! And it's in! They're level in a trice!
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So they have it all to do again.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
And the through ball, so no flag here. He's had a shot! In he goes again. Goal! Japan! And the comeback is complete. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, you might think I'm being a bit harsh, Peter, but I just can't help the feeling that the keeper should have done a better job. Full stop.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Substitution for Indonesia, number 11.
Indonesia can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Yeah, I think he's been told to play that role of the tactical pivot, spraying the ball about sometimes, driving it forward from the middle of the park.
Japan have their lead.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
And it's Albert Ferrer.
Indonesia really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Looking for a runner. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Howson. And it's Rijkaard. Turns back here, probably the best option. The final moments of a game that has been pretty compelling overall.
Yeah, it's not looking good, Peter. Never say never, though.
That's Rijkaard. This is a promising build-up. Might be... It's Griezmann! Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
And he's managed to get rid.
It's looking good from here. It simply has to remain error-free now.
Cannavaro. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. But that has not gone well. Xavi Alonso. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end, momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of match, as neutrals, we all love to come and see.
Just a quick announcement.
How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim? Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So straight into the action.
Modern football is full of power, pace and physicality. But there's a player out there who's managed to avoid the helter-skelter and play a game of purity.
The peerless Pirlo.
Yeah, he coined the phrase regista, and he rules.
And this is Griezmann. And it's De Jong. Fermin. Now it's Griezmann. Oh, that's superb. Racikan! Oh, it's come off the upright. Not a bad try by any means. And it's Stojkovic. And he cuts out the supply. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Now it's Ibrahimovic, and here's Stojkovic.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Van Bronckhorst kept his eye on it, and he's there. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge.
Palmer, disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency.
So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Now it's Griezmann, and he's intervened well there. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Looking for the run. Decent chance! That's another chance! Goal! Palmer! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, Peter, I know from experience there are players who always seem to know where the ball's going to end up. This isn't about luck at all, despite what people say. Just keep an eye on his movement.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
Kokchu. Oh, he's trying to skip past his man. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And that's clear cut. It's a free kick. Yellow or red? It is red. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. Howson. Passing is crisp and sharp. This looks promising. Stood up well to him there. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Stojkovic going face-to-face with his great rival. And the ball's gone astray. Steaming on goal. And the shot! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Attenzione, un cambio.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Oh, good effort! That's going to go a long way. And now they can spring out of defence. McTominay, very much a man of this moment. And that could set him on his way. He's had it taken off him.
Palmer couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing.
Stojkovic. Good read, needed to be. Vermeer. That's been cut out, well played.
And he's straight offside.
Indonesia have rung the changes already. They could, of course, make further alterations at half-time. That's really well cleared. Now, this could be a chance.
There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to say from up here, I know. And this is Griezmann.
He's having a shot!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
De Jong is the team's great visionary. And here's Griezmann. He is just caressing the ball. Great chance! It's in! They are right back in business.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing. We're looking at a different game now.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
He has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, I think the opposition saw that.
Shapes to shoot! And that's a tidy finish. They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
What about the pass, Peter? It was played so intelligently and he picked out the perfect target.
Indonesia, it's Ibrahimovic! Oh, and that is a thrilling end to the first 45. Well, we have quite a thrilling narrative here. Despite their early setback, they are now the ones in the driving seat, and all of a sudden things are looking pretty rosy. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, I think we're seeing a very good example of what to do when you're a man light. Some of the covering play has been hugely impressive, and that owes a lot to focus and discipline, which have been top-notch.
Goes for a shot! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. He's a sharp little ball here. Van Dijk calmly anticipates. Ibanez. Great vision. He is through here. They're urging him. Shoots! And that's a good finish. And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. And that really is so impressive.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
Indonesia go up by 2 and are looking good.
That has the feeling of a breath of fresh air, Peter, and now they can fill their lungs and just blow them away.
Fermin showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Now it's Griezmann. Messi, and real chance! And it's come back out to him. Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
It's starting to look like a done deal now.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been an upping of the intention and urgency, a real step up in possession and purpose now.
Big chance! Oh, brilliant save. It's their second corner of the game. Oh, great leap! Harmlessly behind.
Albert Ferrer. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, important interception.
Indonesia perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. And he's worked it through.
Oh, that's a key interception.
And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Indonesia clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
And this is Bergkamp. Aimed beyond the defence. Cafu. Now it's Bergkamp. Driving on and making good progress. Oh, good ball! And the shot! And it's in! They're back within reach!
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Parma are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Still behind by 2. Is there a way back into this?
Oh no, this does not look good.
Yeah, the hat-trick is definitely on his mind, Peter. He wants to get it over with as quickly as he can. Just about everything he's done, for me, he's done it with real conviction.
He's certainly...
Ibrahimovic!
Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Well read, nice interception. Can he get it through? Now it's Griezmann. He's shifting through the gears here. Pass somewhat off target.
Ah, that's a fine interception. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And reclaimed it in a trice. Oh, easy pickings there. And it's Stojkovic. Robertson. McTominay. Nicely weighted ball. Van Dijk cuts it out. De Jong. Stojkovic. And this is Ibrahimovic. Bergkamp. Oh, that pass isn't the best.
Sostituzione per il Parma. Numero 8.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Numero 10. Lasciano il campo per
Indonesia are making a change. After this, just one opportunity to do so.
Now there's a shooting chance!
Cambio di giocatori.
Robertson. McTominay can see things others simply cannot. Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
He's got away. The ball swung in. Oh, nicely intercepted. Looking for options for movement. Takes a shot! Ronaldo! Superb! A finish right from the top draw. Deep into injury time. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
It was wonderful vision to see the movement ahead, and how about the weight of that pass? Ideal.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Indonesia have done it with iron, with pragmatism, the sort you expect from a team like this. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon.
There's the whistle, and here we go. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Yeah, Nicholas Otamendi. He's a fine defender, both in the air and on the ground, and a real tough competitor who loves a physical duel. He knows how to pick out a pass too, and he'd be looking to get his team moving forward as soon as any opposition attack breaks down. He often likes to step into midfield.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides.
Now it's Messi.
Cute ball now, how can he reach it?
Well, that has caused disappointment to some, unsurprisingly, and disgust to others. What a waste.
He leaps for it! Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Knocks it into space. And that's been drilled in. And that has been cleared.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Ronaldinho.
And he's had it nicked away. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Now it's Griezmann. Messi. Spread out to the left.
First quarter of an hour gone.
So we're still where we started right now. Now it's Ronaldinho. What's going wide left?
Yeah, we get to see this more and more. Defenders popping up in these...
Oh, greatly! It's hit the upright. Well, that is clearly not the outcome he wanted.
Well, the manager clearly has to react to this and tactically change what's happening. It's too easy for them to get in.
And it's Griezmann, looking for the run. Just eases him off the ball. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. McAllister. Messi
Will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
Benfica really are one of these sides that pride themselves on their ability to maintain possession.
Yeah, and some would say that means they play the game the right way.
Yeah, but of course, it's decisive passes that's going to matter in the longer term. There's no good in holding on to the ball just for the sake of it.
Zanetti. Now it's Griezmann. Zanetti wants to run onto this.
Oh, that's neat.
Zanetti crosses. And he's cleared it back out. Rafa Silva. Spread to the right. And he's picked it up out wide.
Lovely bit of skill.
Rafa Silva receives it in a good position here. McAllister. That's a lovely, neat pass. Otamendi. That's destined for the flank. He shifted it to the flank.
Rafa Silva.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Threads one in, and he plays one through.
And the shot!
Dahl. So still we are where we began. It's 0-0. And it's Silva. And it's Silva. Belletti. McTominay, a player who needs no introduction. And this is Messi, spread it left. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Dahl. For Rafa Silva. Dahl. Engages and forces him off the ball. And the referee says that is that for the first half. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings.
I'd like to ask you to join
So your views on the first half?
Well, I wouldn't say it was the most potent performance, Peter, but defensively, very composed. The scoreline might still be 0-0, but I'm expecting things to open up a bit more in this second half.
Well, it's been a half that hasn't lacked suspense or intrigue. It's only lacked goals. 0-0 at the break.
Everyone, please welcome our players to the field.
So off we go again.
Indonesia have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Griezmann! But he's left disappointed. Now it's Rafa Silva. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Belletti. That has been cut short. McAllister.
That's going in strongly.
Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. He's in a great position here. Real chance! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Well, it's almost like he had too much thinking time there, Peter.
Up towards the hour mark and still no goals. Belletti. McTominay being watched hawkishly here.
Look, stopping him is imperative. It may not eliminate trouble, but it'll reduce it.
And it's Silva. Rafa Silva. And still, we await the first breakthrough. Zanetti. Now, Albert Ferrer. Chiellini. Belletti. Oh, that's a very decent ball now. Caresses it. Bullish header! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Well, you have to say how clever the pass was. It caught the defence off guard because of the disguise on it, and it makes it all the more disappointing that he didn't top it off with a finish.
Tries, shoots! And there's a goal! That was easy, almost too easy.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
Number 27, Rafa Silva.
Benfica have fired themselves in front.
Look, experienced voices need to be heard now, along with good purpose and urgency, and they can get right back into this.
Albert Ferrer calmly anticipates, and it's Griezmann. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, there'll be no accusations of a lack of effort. They're giving as good as they get when it comes to chances.
Rafa Silva chooses to go cross-field. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Ah, such a clever touch. And it's made its way. Shot a goal! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Nicely weighted ball. And that's a simple one for the keeper.
Benfica clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Rafa Silva given the lift of his goal. Griezmann. And it's Zanetti. To Messi. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Time then for the first substitution of the game.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
McTominay. Indonesia very much running into the last chance saloon.
Well, I like to see, Peter, that they haven't given up yet, so the spirit burns on.
Now it's Luca Bacchio. And it's Dahl. Luca Bacchio.
Benfica nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
Belletti. McAllister is always scanning the pitch for targets. Now it's Luca Bacchio. Now it's Rafa Silva. Played towards the other side. Bruma. And they've got a throw.
Two added minutes has been indicated.
McAllister. Griezmann. And it's Zanetti. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. And that is that. So in the end, one goal did it. An exciting encounter where both sides produced a genuine effort to go on and win it, but neither was able to add to the scoreline in the end. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Indonesia really were made to rue their ineptitude, if I can put it like that. Defended reasonably well, but if you can't put away your chances, there's always a risk of this happening.
Hello
And
attendees, this
that's
is
going to
a
be painful
lost
for them.
children's announcement. With the father of a boy in
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. And that gets things running. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, you can't really overlook the importance of Bruno Fernandes in this side. A lot of players of his ilk, maybe...
Eto! And it's hit the woodwork and out! Kukçu. And it's McTominay. And he's forced to go back. Thuram. That is ended up in no man's land. And it's Bruno Fernandes. And he's made sure that's not getting through. He'll try from distance! An attempt which, in hindsight, was probably just beyond him. McTominay. Albert Ferrer. McTominay. Howson. Stood up well to him there. Bruno Fernandes gets on his bike and on the move. McTominay. Batistuta. Very early stages, Jim, but anything up to now that's of note?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Quality ball. Hazard scooting forward. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Roberto Carlos. Indonesia still without a single shot on target. Kukçu. Now it's Griezmann. Griezmann going face-to-face with his great rival. Tries one from range!
Griezmann clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
And here's Messi. And this is Batistuta. Oh, that's nice. He's going for goal! Well, now it's a race for the ball.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And it's Kukçu. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And this is Batistuta. Azar. Now it's Eto. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very...
And Messi! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Indonesia with the corner, there first. Portugal are looking to go forward now. Seedorf produces the perfect tackle there. Kukçu. And here's Batistuta. Kukçu. That's put paid to the danger. Has a look and place it forward. And here's Griezmann. Maldini is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. And here's Batistuta. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And it's Griezmann. Seedorf gets across to intercept that.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
And he plays one through. Bruno Fernandes is offering some sort of an apology there.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Chiellini promptly onto that, and that is that. Messi. Nil-nil, but nevertheless a very decent game. Rummenigge. Can he finish? Messi. 40 minutes gone. Half-time closing in. And it's Hazard. Bruno Fernandes. Eto'o. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Zanetti.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Oh, delightful ball. And that's gone behind for a goal kick. Albert Ferrer. And for the first half, that is that. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment.
Please turn your attention.
Any opinion
to
you'd
the
like to
screen
express
for
on the first half?
information
I have to say, I think it's a good performance, but it's clear that they need a little more energy and more precision up top. They proved they can create chances. Now they need to start putting them away. That's the next step.
So we are where we began. The scoreline remains 0-0 at the break. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Now it's Griezmann. McTominay, a player who needs no introduction. And here's Batistuta. Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Eto'o. That has not gone well. Looking for options for movement. Howson gets over and intercepts. Zanetti. This is a promising build-up. And this is Batistuta. Hazard. Hazard. Oh, easy pickings there. Best part of an hour, and still no breakthrough from either side. Zanetti. Howson. Can he get away here? Just eases him off the ball. Tries to play it through, and he was quick to react. Hazard. Good purposeful running this. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Just about up to the hour now. Hazard. No breakthrough and well into the second period. It is still anyone's game. Well, no joy this time. Kukçu. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. And he's intervened well there. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Indonesia clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Now there's a fine ball. Real chance! And it's in! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
You felt it was coming, 1-0.
Look, you can't deny that it's a blow, but this game is far from unsalvageable.
Oh, this looks sharp. And it's Messi. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Messi. Your impression so far, Jim?
We've not seen much from this team as a whole, Peter. OK, that's largely due to the way their opponents have approached it, but
Oh, he's been caught napping! Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
That is good progress on the left. Shot could be on. He's gone for goal! Oh, and that should have been two.
Seedorf really thought he'd scored to settle this contest, and he's struggling to believe being denied.
Now it's Batistuta. McTominay. Howson. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball.
Indonesia really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
And he shoots! Oh, good finish. Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. The angle was unkind, but he has hit the spot.
Well, all I can say is that he did very well to squeeze it in near post. He didn't have much to aim at.
Substitution for Indonesia. Number 9.
So we have movement on both
Batistuta.
benches.
Number
So that's
11,
two now without reply.
Well, that's pretty much sealed it now, and surely, Peter, we're not going to see any complacency after that.
Howson. Number 4,
Indonesia truly seem to be at loggerheads in trying to sort this out. Is it the passing or the movement that's the problem? I think both.
16, Temen. Number 8,
Passing is crisp and sharp.
Number 18,
Just 5 minutes remaining now.
Number 15, Franz Beckenbauer. Substitutions taking place.
A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. Threads one in. Oh, it's Dembele. Dembele. Oh, that's fabulous. And it's
There will
Seedorf.
be 1 minute
Oh,
at a
he's
time.
having a shot! Just cruising! They are cruising! And they are disappearing out of sight! What a moment of brilliance, control and perfect accuracy. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Indonesia suffer a humiliating defeat, and if that weren't painful enough, there's all the analysis and scrutiny to come. It was a poor show all round.
And a quick announcement today.
Your final
that
thoughts, Jim?
memorabilia
Well,
from
Peter,
today's match
I
is
really
now
couldn't
on
see
sale
what
in
this
the
team
stadium
was
hall.
trying to achieve, whether it's the manager's message not getting through or not having the right players in the right positions. It all looked a bit lost.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Hi everyone, and thanks.
Oh, he's having a go! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Florentino Luis. Oh, what a ball! Mbappe gets on his bike and on the move. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Peter, I'm going to keep an eye out for this guy, Kyle Walker, especially because his team...
Great chance! Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end. Shot could be on. There's the shot! It's off target and by quite a way.
I just wonder what was on his mind there. Should have put his foot right through it.
Valverde. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking...
Ah, he's given it away. Pass somewhat off target. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Chona. Hannibal! Madrid still without a single shot on target. Now, what about a counter-attack? That has been slung wide. He's a sharp little ball here. Rudiger makes the interception.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Some good work on the right flank here. He has found the way through. Brahim Diaz! Looked to surprise the keeper, but missed the target.
Well, it was probably, for him, the best option, but then again, I'm not the best judge of that.
And we have our very first corner. And that should get the job done. Rudiger. And it's Tchouaméni. He's gone for goal! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Oh, denied! Brilliantly!
Tchouaméni actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And here's Vinicius. Vinicius Junior! It's in! Oh, high-quality goal. Lovely first touch. Sumptuous second.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
24 minutes is
Madrid have fired themselves in front.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
He's having a hit! He has produced there the crispest of hits.
Yeah, it didn't come off, but you can praise the drive and the application. It was beautifully hit.
Oh, that is asking for trouble. Tchouaméni. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Rudiger. And it's Bellingham. Now Howson. And back to the keeper they go. Rudiger. And it's Carvajal. Looking for the run. That is ended up in no man's land.
Burnley really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah,
That's a foul, no two ways about it. The referee's come over. It's a red card. Well, this is worrying. He is not the sort of player who tends to stay down. Well, Jim, there's only one reason that he would be sent off there. It is the denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity.
well, it's never nice to see something like that, is it? But that's what it says in the letter of the law. He's got to go.
Too close for comfort. That's really well cleared. Ball's gone out of play. Hannibal. Now he's running away. Can he finish? And that is quite wonderful. He's got himself an absolute peach. They have come roaring back.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage.
Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. And that's going to be a booking.
Well, you either commit a foul and take one for the team, or just stand by and concede a potential goal. It's not a great choice, Peter, but I think I do the former in that position.
Howson is standing over this one. Tries a shot! And that caused a fair bit of alarm.
Vinicius Junior certainly made the right decision there to hit it first time. I had the feeling he might try it the way the ball arrived.
And the keeper's given it away. He is through here. Brahim Diaz! And a neat finish. And they get themselves in front. A truly wicked strike, nigh on perfection.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, it's great commitment on show here.
Shoots! And there's a goal! And the lead lost no time at all!
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find.
Well, there's contact there one way or another. Oh, it's a penalty. Madrid really could have done without this. A lot of furious gesticulation, but it is never going to make the referee overturn a decision.
Well, talk about being caught between a rock and a hard place. I don't think he had much choice there, although he's paid for it.
A lot hinges on this one.
Courtois! And that's a poor pen.
It really wasn't a confident penalty, Peter. It was almost like he was trying too hard to second-guess what the keeper was trying to do.
And this could be the final action of the first half. They've played it short.
Played into space.
Oh, that's a key interception. Well, that is one way to stop him.
Hannibal. And that brings the first half to a close. Madrid are finally getting a much-needed break. It's been absolutely breathless stuff so far.
And neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this.
Well, it's been played at such a frenetic pace. I'm amazed it's only been 45 minutes. I'm wondering whether these players are going to be able to maintain that energy.
It's a really enthralling 45 minutes, beautifully poised.
All eyes on the referee. It's a penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do.
So this to turn it right round.
That has drawn gasps of disbelief.
Not the best spot kick I've ever seen, but they've got to keep their heads up and chase this game.
Oh, now he can run away with it. And reclaimed it in a trice. It's run loose here.
Brahim Diaz.
Now it's Mbappe. And he's in, must be!
He's been bundled over, that is a foul. No second thought, a straight red card.
Well, he waited a little while, but it does seem that the referee was eventually convinced that that was a clear enough chance he denied.
Well, I suppose the other choice, Peter, would have been to let your opponent score, so he had no other option.
Anthony. It's Florentino Luis. Now, can they get him away? Pass is just off target. And he's quick to get rid. Has to go back here.
Oh, shooting chance!
Nearly, but not quite.
Well, distance never seems to be an issue for some players, and he's certainly one of those. The opening was there, I guess. Worth a try.
Looking to pass their way up the pitch.
And the shot!
Oh, keep trying, and eventually it might come off.
Burnley really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
And now a sudden chance to counter. He's in a great position here. And again, he is at his elastic best.
The attendance for this match was 28,599.
Madrid have kept their powder dry on the substitution front so far. Could that be about to change?
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
Burnley have got it back and they'll have another go.
Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
It's a promising position.
Vinicius Junior
Back and defending. That is a great pick out. Now it's Mbappe. And he's found a way past.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Threads one in. Elects to cross.
Oh, that's a cracking ball. Too quick for defence and keeper.
Valverde was in no mood for any of that. Florentino Luis. Hannibal. He'll try from distance. And he has kept it out somehow.
Hannibal really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
And a few... Decent chance! Valverde gets it away, takes a shot! Kyle Walker. Tuanzebe. Hannibal. It's Florentino Luis. Oh, that's ambitious. He's got away with one there. Knocks it into space. And it's Diaz. He's had a shot! And no mistake. Into the lead once more. Was there ever any doubt?
Not even a hint of hesitation. That is such a cool finish.
Madrid leading now.
Well, Peter, the manager's all smiles, but he's got a big decision to make here. He needs to see this one out.
Oh, he's got a real chance! And that would have been game, set and match.
And that reaction says it all. They had a real chance to tighten the screw there, and it's been blown.
Shapes to shoot! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Well, the first goal came from this. Chance! And that is wildly off target. Oh, and a chance! It's in! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. Oh, a horrible error, and he has nowhere to hide.
Well, you've got to give him credit for pressing so quickly there.
Madrid have surely won it, or so you would think.
Well, I think if they're going to have any hope from here, they'll need to see their more experienced lads step up to the plate now.
And they've got a throw. Oh, and he shoots!
Added minute has been indicated.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
There will be 4 extra minutes. Anthony. Carreras clears without hesitation. Ugo Chukwu. Well, the ball's gone astray. Whistle's gone, and they've got themselves a free kick. This certainly looks appetising, well within shooting range. Going for goal! That's a fine save.
Off for the keeper to get that.
And that will be it. Madrid are... It was a comprehensive... Claiming the man of the match award. Reflections then, Jim.
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows... nicely.